Hello and welcome to another edition of Addition. I'm your host, Addy Snowden. I'm a big tech product manager, futurist, tech optimist, artist, and creator. And I'm here every week bringing you the news, the hot topics in tech, and letting you know what I'm geeked out about this week, as well as some career advice. So before I get into today's episode, you can go ahead and hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Addition with Addy. You can follow me on Twitter at AdditionPod or at AddyAdawusi. You can also subscribe to my Substack, additionpod.substack.com, so you never miss an update. And I'm also now accepting sponsors. You're going to see one soon. You can email me at additionpod@gmail.com. So like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. All right, so I have so many hot topics in tech this week. So first I'm going to talk about Thrive AI Health, which is the new startup collaboration with OpenAI and Thrive Global, which is Arianna Huffington's startup or organization, let's say. Arianna Huffington is iconic. If you haven't watched the Uber TV show, Super Pumped, you get some insight as to how Arianna Huffington operates. Highly recommend. All right, so the headline is Sam Altman and Arianna Huffington announced Thrive AI Health, a new startup backed by OpenAI and Thrive Global to build a hyper-personalized AI health coach. So I'm going to read a quote from an article from People of Color in Tech because they also have a new CEO who happens to be an ex-Googler and a black man, which is also cool. And I liked their article best. So I'm going to quote, Thrive AI Health aims to build AI-powered assistant tech to democratize access to expert-level health coaching to improve health outcomes. The startup will use generative AI to hyper-personalize and scale behavior change across the 5 key and interconnected daily behaviors that govern health: sleep, food, fitness, stress management, and connection. According to a press release, the new company will leverage resources from OpenAI and Thrive Global, including Thrive Global's leading behavior change methodology, microsteps, and content library. Thrive AI Health Coach is the product to solve the limitations of current AI and LLM-based solutions by providing personalized, proactive, and data-driven coaching across the 5 daily behaviors, said Thrive AI Health CEO DeCarlos Love, which is an iconic name. He says this is how it will improvise health outcomes, reduce healthcare costs, and significantly impact chronic diseases worldwide. So cool. All right. So now let's talk about DeCarlos Love, because who is he? I guess he used to work for Google. I have not heard of him before, but I'm sure he's amazing. So I quote from the People of Color in Tech article, Love is a product leader with broad experience developing vision, strategy, and team management who has left his role at Google as product management leader to join OpenAI. At Google, Love led sensors, AI and ML algorithms, and health and fitness experiences available across. This article is not well written. And health and fitness experiences, including Fitbit by Google Fitness, Pixel Watch, and Wear OS. Before Google, Love held product roles at Apple and Athos. Leaving Google was not an easy decision, as I had the privilege to work alongside some of the most talented and dedicated individuals in the industry, Love wrote on X, formerly Twitter. My time at Google was invaluable, and I'm immensely grateful to my colleagues and mentors for their support and collaboration over the years, end quote. All right, so this is incredibly controversial. People are questioning whether AI is ready to give people health recommendations. I will say this startup is focused on, routine things like if someone had diabetes and they just have a routine checkup with their doctor, this could be a way to use AI to replace the doctor's notes, etc. It sounds exciting. It's definitely bold, and also majorly impressed at Arianna Huffington continuing to get in on the ground level of these startups, like an icon. So let's see. It's a big bet, and it's very controversial, but they had a great article in Time that really read like a press release. And so it sounds like important people are bought into this product. All right, so next I'm going to talk about something that I've coined the women in Tech-xodus. Isn't that clever? Women in tech, exodus, women in tech, leaving tech. All right. So it came across my LinkedIn feed today that Girls in Tech is shutting down. So I'm going to read a quote from Biz Journals explaining why Girls in Tech is shutting down. So Girls in Tech, Inc. is shutting down due to lack of funding. The worldwide nonprofit aimed at boosting women in technology moved its headquarters from San Francisco to Nashville in 2022. In an email Monday, founder and CEO Adriana Gasquagin said Girls in Tech will be closing its doors due to a lack of funding in 2023 and 2024. The news followed a June announcement that the nonprofit was facing imminent closure if it did not raise $100,000. That is crazy that they shut down over $100,000. That's me, not the quote. I'm going to resume the quote. The past few years have been immensely challenging for everyone, especially nonprofits and companies in the tech sector, Gascoigne said in June. Apologies for mispronouncing. Our fundraising efforts have been severely impacted, end quote. So that came across my feed and it was a little surprising. And I did some research and I realized that Women Who Code also shut down in April, okay? So this is the quote from the Women Who Code blog titled The End of an Era. So, quote, "It is with profound sadness that today on April 18th, 2024, we are announcing the difficult decision to close Women Who Code following a vote by the board of directors to dissolve the organization. This decision has not been made lightly. It only comes after careful consideration of all options and is due to factors that have materially impacted our funding sources, funds that were critical to continuing our programming and delivering on our mission. We understand that this news will come as a disappointment to many, and we want to express our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who have been a part of our journey," end quote. So that is shocking. I mean, Girls in Tech, Women Who Code, I believe there's a Girls Who Code too, and hopefully they're still out there, still surviving. But that's pretty big, right? And then, so this is old, and this is when the podcast was on hiatus, but hopefully you guys know that Sheryl Sandberg stepped down as Chief Operating Officer for Meta. And I looked and saw recently she also stepped down from Meta's board in January. And I remember hearing it, but it didn't seem like a big deal. But all of these back-to-back compounded together is just making me say, All right, so I'm going to quote from the CNN article about Sheryl Sandberg. "Former longtime Meta Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg will not remain on the company's board of directors after her term ends in May," she said in a Facebook post Wednesday. "With a heart filled with gratitude and a mind filled with memories, I let the Meta board know that I will not stand for re-election this year," Sheryl Sandberg said in the post. Sandberg's exit comes after she spent more than 14 years as the company's chief operating officer, in addition to 12 years on its board. Sandberg stepped down from her COO role in the fall of 2022, marking the end of a remarkable tenure during which she helped grow one of the world's most influential companies and also saw it through significant criticism. Sandberg said in her post that she would be leaving the Facebook parent company's board to focus on more philanthropic work, but added that she would continue to serve as an advisor to Meta, end quote. So literally Miss Lean In leaned out. Okay, so we have Girls in Tech shut down, Women Who Code shut down. Sheryl Sandberg has not only stepped down as CEO, she's also off the board. And we're also not even talking about Bozoma St. John leaving Netflix CMO and having a whole second career as in diplomacy, ambassadorship, and now I just signed up for her course. She just launched a course. So what's going on? I don't know. Women in Tech, I want you to leave a comment, whether you're watching this on YouTube or if you're follow me on Instagram or TikTok. Please share DM me, share your thoughts as to why you think this woman in Tech-xodus is happening. I have a lot of questions about these nonprofits shutting down. It's like, who was funding them before that stopped funding them? $100,000 seems like a relatively small amount of money to be short of. I feel like a company would typically commit way more than that to an effort like, Women Who Code. So my eyebrow is raised. I'm not sure what's going on, but we shall see. Okay, last but not least, we are going to talk about the Intuit layoffs that were just announced today. So I'm going to quote from the Intuit blog. Today, we'll be communicating to approximately 1,800 employees, which is 10% of our workforce, that they will be leaving Intuit. These are extremely painful decisions for me and my team because we deeply understand the impact these decisions have on our friends and colleagues who will be leaving. We are very grateful for the great work they have done and the amazing contributions they have made while at Intuit. We do not do layoffs to cut costs, and that remains true in this case. The changes we are making today enables us to allocate additional investments to our most critical areas to support our customers and drive growth as detailed below. This includes reinvesting in the necessary skills and capabilities. Oh wait, why is my live ending? I'm sorry. You guys know I'm doing TikTok live. Okay. All right. Okay, back. Okay. This includes reinvesting in the necessary skills and capabilities to support these areas, and as such, we will hire approximately 1,800 new people, primarily in engineering, product, and customer-facing roles, such as sales, customer success, and marketing. In context of the actions we are taking today, we expect our overall headcount to grow in fiscal year 25 and beyond. End quote. So they're going to fire 1,800 people and rehire 1,800 people. That's new. I think Salesforce did that relatively recently, maybe last year, where they rehired a lot of people that they laid off, but it was not in the layoff plan to immediately rehire them. So this is a first that I've seen. Intuit, if you're not familiar, they own TurboTax as well as many other QuickBooks, many other tech software companies, and they're kind of a big deal, and they're innovating on how to, I guess, structure their company. I apparently over 1,000 of people who are being let go, it's performance based, which is also, I haven't been seeing a lot. The companies are specifically saying this is due to performance. And I have a lot of questions. I'm really curious if you're into it, if you're impacted. Let me know what's going on. I would love to talk about it on the podcast. And my heart goes out to you if you're affected by this. While this is news and tidbits I'm sharing, these are people's real lives. So the goal would be to, share information to help you guys that are listening, and because we're all navigating the corporate maze right now and holding on to whatever job we have. Okay, so that's the hot topics in tech. Like I said, I had a lot of them. Let's jump into the career segment. So today we're continuing the 15 commitments deep dive. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let me know if you are liking the 15 commitments, which is your favorite so far. So this is the third commitment, and it's feeling all feelings. I commit to feeling my feelings all the way through to completion. They come and I locate them in my body, then move, breathe, and vocalize them so they release all the way through. So that was the hardest commitment for me to commit to, because I'm sure a lot of people don't like feeling all feelings. And I'm really glad they explained what feeling all feelings actually means, because feeling all feelings may feel like, oh, I need to talk about every emotion that I feel that comes across and share or journal about it. But that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is, if I have a feeling, which they narrow down to anger, sadness, joy, and one that I won't share on this podcast because it's inappropriate. Let's say I'm just unbothered, if I identify, am I feeling angry? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling joy? And then I say to myself, where am I feeling that in my body? Maybe it's in my back. And then it's literally you move Or if it's anger, maybe you scream, like you express it through your body. And then you take a few deep breaths and then check in and say, am I still feeling angry? And if I am, then I release it through my body again, which is something I've never heard before. But I think the thing that helps me the most with this is identifying my feeling. I think sometimes this is called conscious leadership. So we can walk around subconscious and just operating on autopilot and not even thinking about anything really. So, this is bringing us into consciousness, is identifying the feeling that we're experiencing. And we don't need to really even talk about the feeling that we're experiencing. We just need to make sure we're feeling it all the way through to completion. So that's commitment 3, and there's only one sub-commitment, so it's a little shorter. All right, so let me tell you what I'm geeked out about this week. So I have 2 things this week because I got a surprise package today from one of my colleagues in California who sent me an Erewhon juice all the way to Atlanta. From California to Atlanta. I'm showing it on the YouTube if you're watching. Oh my God. So the smoothie did not survive, but this is a green juice and it is absolutely fabulous. She also sent me a bunch of snacks, which I'm super happy about. And Erewhon, if you're not familiar, it's like a super fancy, I guess, health food / grocery store that I believe right now is only on the West Coast. So, and I heard about it because Hailey Bieber has a smoothie, and I'm definitely Hailey Bieber is a huge influencer of mine. So she did send me the Hailey Bieber smoothie and it didn't survive, but I'm so grateful for this green juice. And next, I'm also geeked out about something that my company is doing. Think with Google has a podcast called the Modern Marketer Podcast. And my current VP, Josh Spanier, is the host of the podcast. And he brings, CEOs or CMOs, marketing leaders to talk about modern marketing. So the past 2 episodes I've really enjoyed. He interviewed the founders of Zola, which is a wedding planning app, and I got married recently. It's actually our 1 year 6-month anniversary tomorrow, so congrats to us. And we used the knot, and Zola specifically, they talked about how important their brand of being about supporting all types of couples and diversity, and they stood on business with Hallmark and their LGBT advertising, and took a sacrifice to potentially lose a partnership because they didn't want to leave out or erase their LGBT customers. As you guys know, I'm married to a woman, I'm a lesbian, so next time I plan a wedding for anybody, it's going to be through Zola. So I thought that was really great to talk about. And also I listened to the most recent podcast today that was an interview with this chief marketing officer of Experian. And she spoke about how her career, how she went from reach CMO, and she mentioned that she had a mentor, and her mentor encouraged her to speak whatever job or to be real about what she actually wants. And she finally verbalized that she wanted to be CMO, and how that was like a huge pivotal moment in her career. So, first of all, if your VP has a podcast, you need to listen to it. It does not make sense to me why people would not listen to our VP's podcast. So I'm not only listening to it, now I'm promoting it for you, Josh. Don't forget me. And also, marketing is changing, and Google is ahead of the game, acknowledging this idea of a modern marketer. And makes me really proud to be in the marketing org at Google. I know I intro as a product manager, but I'm a product manager for marketing technology. So my internal title is marketing technology manager. So marketers are my customers, and I need to understand at all times, what they're focused on, what their priorities are, what they're learning, how they're innovating. So I'm grateful that we have this podcast, Modern Marketer. Check it out. It's on all platforms, and I have the link on the show notes as usual. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming and listening for another episode. I Thanks for watching me on TikTok Live. I will continue to experiment with live. And again, like, share, subscribe. Please continue to support this podcast. And let me know that you're getting something out of it. And comment if you want me to talk about anything particular. All right. Have a great night. Bye.